This is another excitement-packed episode of Walking the Crossroads. We are here with our fellow witchy practitioner, Alyssa Rose of Stregatoldyaaa fame on IG, and your TikTok handle is what?
Skrippawitch, like Skrippa.
Oh,
Witch.
okay. Word. So, and that is, that's how you can get her. But we're here to chat a little bit about some of the metaphysical things about Lake Lanier. She told me the other day that she had an experience there as well. We're going to be doing some filming there at the beginning of September and in Savannah as well. So with some of our colleagues that have also had experiences there. How are you, by the way? What's going on? How's your week going?
I'm good. I'm still a little. Well, I'm feeling back to normal now, but I was out of it for a little bit because I had to move my friend. So I drove
Oh, what
from
happened with your friend?
Charlotte to her man ain't
Oh, you had to
shit.
go to Charlotte.
So
Okay.
you know, you go on that phone and you find a real them. So I had to drive to Charlotte, pick her up, which was like 4 hours from here. Then we drove to Florida, which was like
Oh,
8
and then you had to
hours.
drive her to Florida?
Yeah. But I mean, I went to
Damn.
the beach though, you know, whatever.
Oh,
But
right. Okay.
I
Oh,
couldn't sleep, take a nap, nothing. So I drove home on like 2 hours of sleep and hella
damn.
espresso.
Damn. Damn.
Traveling always makes me sleepy, but
Well,
I got my rest.
that's a lot of driving. So this is
Yeah.
your roll dog. This is your like ride or die person, right?
Yeah, we've been close for like 8 years, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were saying that she was having some problems in the relationship. Did she seem okay when you snapped her up?
Yeah, she's doing better now.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we know that you do a little bit of work with people that have issues in their relationship, and it's part of the magic that you perform and services you provide for people doing your work out there. So, you know, that's definitely something we want to get
Yeah.
into as well, a little bit more about your practices again.
And you're so my practice is, just as an example, is a combination of West African, Scandinavian, Celtic, and Orthodox Catholic. So what would you say if we had to say there's an intersection for you? What would yours be?
See, I don't know exactly. Like, I feel like when people ask, I just say like I'm just a spiritualist because I feel
You
like
have an
there's
eclectic
like
practice.
so many different like
Mm-hmm.
practices, beliefs, religions that it's like it's also intertwined with one another, you know? Um, but
Mine are too. In New Orleans, we say
yeah,
that's just all in the gumbo, or it's all in the jambalaya,
yeah,
or whatever. Yeah.
right.
I was just
I
having
just
a
did.
conversation about that today, actually.
Yeah.
Was training a new person at the shop at Marie Laveau's, and they were kind of talking about how surprising it is in a way that we have so many different practitionings in one shop, even under the heading of voodoo. But she's like, it's just people sometimes do think it's strange when you practice a bunch of different
Right.
traditional things as somebody who's not traditionally initiated into those houses.
Yeah.
And some people do find that strange. I find it relatively liberating and not disrespectful to commune with spirits if I feel connected to them.
Right.
Like, you know, I don't know how you feel about that, but I've always felt pretty cool about it because I felt like they were okay with me. So, and I
Yeah,
didn't
well,
approach it
that too.
disrespectful.
A lot of people will say like certain things is, you know, like cultural appropriation, and I can understand that, but at the same time, like growing up in New York, it was all like Dominican and Haitian people who taught me about this shit, you know,
Right.
and you know, any Santeros or Mambos or Babalaos that I went to, the same spirits were always coming up in my readings. They were like, you know, these are the
Right.
spirits that walk with you. You should really work with them. And I've never had a problem with it. I get results with my spell work. I keep up with my offerings. Like you know, like so I'm respectful about it. You know what I mean? I would never come online and be like, as a white person, be like, hey, I'm a root worker, you know, like, but it is what it is.
I mean, but you know, but I mean, they might, if you're working a root, then you're a root worker, right? I mean, it is what it is, you know,
I mean,
like
I
so.
love working with herbs, but also for like health
Mhm.
purposes too. Like it's
I
not,
like herbs.
yeah, I
You
love
know, not
herbs.
okay.
Ah,
No,
okay, that
Alyssa's
went over
got some
my
head
head for a
switch.
second.
Oh man, I've
Unicorn
seen her. She got all kind
gems.
of like botanical stuff, like flipping and
Yeah,
flopping at the spot, dude. She
yeah,
got.
for sure.
Mhm, mhm.
No, I know.
I know.
I see
Even
you
if
working with
I
a lot
run
of
out
different
of
stuff.
a seasoning or a herb and I'm cooking, I'm like, I got it in my witch closet.
Right, sure. Yeah, go into the different pantry over there.
Mhm.
But I mean,
Right.
if you're working with herbs and flowers and local things from America, quote unquote,
hmm
you'd
hmm
have to say that a lot of the knowledge base behind that would have been quote unquote Native American and not West African or European.
Yeah.
In the first place, who do you think knew what was here? And how do you think
Right.
those practices came about here?
There you
Most of
go.
the hoodoo has a lot more
hmm
to do with the people that were originally here and then how they intertwine that with other people. So I've always seen
hmm
it as a big mix anyway, especially in the South. So I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
really think it matters what you call spirit. It matters if you can call spirit, if you understand what I'm saying.
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
Like
word. Yeah.
somebody the other day was saying like like you shouldn't make hot foot powder, but it's like I've been making hot foot powder for like 15 years. It
Yeah,
was
don't
Right,
make
it was
brick dust.
a
Don't make
Haitian
hot
lady
foot
taught me
powder.
how to
Like,
make the hot foot powder, and I've just been
right.
making it ever since, you know.
Sure.
I mean
you know, people.
everybody makes theirs different, but I'm not gonna not make it or stop doing what was taught to me because like what am I supposed to do? Reroute my whole spiritual
Well,
practice?
who's
You
saying
know?
you're not allowed
Like
to do that? Who's saying that? Like, where did that come
it
from?
was somebody on the
TikTok.
internet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
if somebody on
Yeah.
TikTok says
I'm
y'all
just
shouldn't be doing this, reinvent the wheel because I said so. Like,
I love
okay,
me
dude.
some hot foot powder.
I'm
What
Sure.
the fuck?
I'm telling you. You look. He sells it at his store. He's sitting there selling it,
hmm
dude.
I do. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
I mean, not to be a broken record, but we literally have to defend everything nowadays based on whether or not you've been taught it in the right way from the right people. And most of the
Right.
time, the initiatory practices are very indoctrinating. And a lot of people who break free of those indoctrinations and being in some of those specific cultures realize that it's all the same energy and the same spirits. And they just kind of say, you know what? Like we just had Charlie on here and he was kind of like, you know what? I'm
Dude.
not going to be
Our boy Charlie
pigeonholed.
has been. He has scratched. He's
Yeah.
been to the mountain. He's done all the things, and
Yeah.
he's over here
hmm
to tell you that what we're talking about is that's it, dude.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
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 And
Right.
people
I mean,
see us
I
as
feel like if it's, I unfollowed a couple spiritual practitioners because I know they were white
Mm-hmm.
girls and I know that they're racist. So
oh,
Oh.
well, yeah, that's never good.
you're over here acting like you can speak to your black clients, ancestors and spirits, but you don't
Mm-hmm.
even care about this group of people as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Right.
that's inappropriate, you know?
Oh
Like
yeah.
I
They don't want to
don't think
talk to you. If you
racist
don't like the people, then how do you want
exactly.
to talk to their deities? Like, what are you
Right.
talking about, dude?
Right.
Yeah,
Those
Dude.
spirits are gonna eat your ass
Mm-mm.
up.
I don't recommend like a KKK dude trying to approach the Yoruba religion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
There it is. Right. Like what?
Right.
Like
Maybe
okay.
take
Right.
a step back.
I
If
mean,
you're whack, stay back.
fuck
You know,
around and
if you're
find
dope,
out. I
there's
mean,
still
do
hope.
that.
You know, yeah. I'm
I
just
don't know
saying.
if you
Right.
knew,
I agree.
our boy here is Cherokee, right? I'm Lebanese, so and you
hmm
got a mix of stuff going on, but yeah, just having that viewpoint as well too, just really, and then you're also Greek, and I'm, I have some Polish in there and Sicilian,
hmm
so I had gypsies
Yeah.
and we're everywhere, so.
hmm
Last time I checked, I incarnated as a human. That's
All
pretty
right,
cool. I like that. Yeah. All right. So to
okay.
bring this into specificity of this relationship that you
hmm
have with
hmm
Atlanta and you
hmm
being there, what
hmm
kind of I mean, because I don't know a lot about Lake Lanier. I know that, we've been talking about going down there and doing some filming, but what is the lore there as far as you've experienced, and what was your thing there?
Well, I went there maybe like 7 or 8 years ago. It was a couple of
Mm-hmm.
months after I moved down here, and I didn't really have nobody down here at the time. The dude I moved down here for, we just broke up a couple months after I moved down here. But my
Right.
homegirl from New York was down here, so we met up, whatever. We got like sandwiches and shit, and just went to Lake Lanier. Like went to go put our feet in the water. Um, and we're sitting in my
You
car.
didn't know anything about Lake Lanier at
No,
that point.
I didn't know nothing yet. So we're sitting in my car, and my phone screenshotted itself. Princess, be quiet, this damn dog. My phone screenshotted
Princess.
itself at 4:44. And it
Mm-hmm.
was weird because at the time I had Saint Michael on my background, actually. And people
Mm-hmm.
pray to Saint Michael for protection. And 444 is also associated with protection. So I'm like, that's
Mm-hmm.
weird. I'm like, whatever. We just finished eating our sandwiches. My car is in park, mind you. All of a sudden, the shit starts reversing. I don't even know how we weren't on a hill, nothing. I'm like, I look at her and she's like, "Yeah, you didn't know it was haunted." I'm like, "Bitch, no." So she started to tell me about it, but she wasn't really explaining it. So I did some research, and Lake Lanier is a man-made lake that they kind of just decided to put a lake over a black town, black cemeteries, and all
Yep.
that. So the
And
spirits, they
mm-hmm.
pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
It was just last summer. I mean, you hear something crazy happening there every year, but it was just last summer. Somebody got run over by a boat. Like, it's not just regular, like, drowning incidents. Like, it's like
Yeah.
morbid
Okay, who
fucking
gets
shit.
run over by a boat, right?
Well,
I mean, when does that
I
Yeah.
don't
happen?
know.
You just your
I
little head
don't
sticking out of the
know.
water, the boat just come by and just knock your head off, or what? I
I don't know. I guess
mean,
he was swimming or something.
I'm
But I
gonna
think
play
it's
buoy.
a
My
celebrity's
name's
child
Buoy.
died there
Yeah.
yeah,
too.
what the hell?
Okay.
Yeah.
So could I clarify what you just said about your car? Were you in the car when it started moving backwards, or were you
Yeah.
outside the car?
I was in the driver's seat.
And was it moving towards the water? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and it was moving towards the water.
Bro.
You feel,
I
dude.
swear to God, I was like, yo, what the fuck? But it even like in general,
Mm-hmm.
like I was like even when I was driving home from Florida the other day, you're in the deep south and you see the
Mm-hmm.
plantation signs and the Confederate flags and all that stuff. The energy is just so heavy that it's like nauseating because you have to think all these enslaved, I don't like using the word slaves, these enslaved black people, like they were just torturing them, killing them, not even giving them proper graves. So for all you know, where we
Yeah.
walk and drive on a daily basis, we're driving over dead bodies. Like the spirits are pissed off. Like
Well, I think
it.
some people died they flooded the valley, and when they
Yeah.
flooded the valley, there were
Yeah.
people still there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's fucked
They
Yeah. They
didn't
up.
say
care. They were
that
like, well, mm,
they didn't clear the cemeteries. They didn't give any respectful reburying to any of the plots. They didn't
Of course
pay any
not. Yeah.
respect to that spiritual nature because they were in it for the money and into it for the prospecting. So basically, what we were saying is that if you're telling the stories correctly and you're being honest about how everybody has been affected by the creation of these places, then I think it's okay that we can all be a human family together because we're
Mhm.
acknowledging what's happened in the past. We can't move together in the future as one united front if we're still hating on each other for things none of us even did to each other. So I just think that's something to point out.
that's why I mentioned your heritage to Alyssa, because I don't know if she knew,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
that you're
yeah,
a
sure.
I
little
didn't
That's true.
extra,
know.
like, aware of
Yes.
that stuff,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
right.
Absolutely.
I just learned that indigenous people took over Alcatraz for 2 years because they were allowed to, if they could go someplace that was government sanctioned as a they could occupy it. So they did, and eventually, and this was like in the mid '60s, and they started like an education process for indigenous people that would all these people flocked there, and they were
Mhm.
teaching the children their own. They had their own published history of America, which I thought
Mhm.
was
Interesting.
Awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. Then, of course, we didn't let them stay, right? They had to go after 2 years, which sucks.
Yeah.
But you can still go to Alcatraz and see that it's, that it says native territory and all this stuff. Like they definitely, so it's an interesting story for sure. But like in this case of Lake Lanier, and you think about like where the cemeteries were and that energy coming up through the water. Water is a conductor of electromagnetic energy or spiritual energy, and it comes right up through the trees, right up to almost the top of the water line. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a
I haven't been there
semiconductor for
since.
pissed off energy. So, so your car start rolling towards the water with you in it, and you're like,
I swear to God, I was like,
dude.
She's like, yeah, you didn't know it's haunted, bitch. No, you didn't tell me.
A lot of these people talk about their names being called and drawn into the water, and then they're gone. You never hear from them again.
Yeah, there's people that say they felt
there's
like
an
hands grabbing on them too. Shit, I believe it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe in all that stuff, obviously.
Well, some people think it's the branches from the trees that were at the bottom of the lake, reaching up, but then they feel the hand on their leg.
Right.
Yeah.
When trees don't pull you, like that's, you might get caught on one.
Don't pull you down.
I mean, they might, no, I'm not saying I know what trees are going to do all the time, but I'm just assuming that that's not like a generally normal thing. And yeah, there's a lot of that. I think the haunted quality of a lot of places around the world where humans have been disrespectful and not treating sacred things as sacred. I think that happens a lot, but especially in the American South, it's just, so much. It is really so much.
Yeah,
and I told
it
this
was
story on the
definitely
podcast too, but when I was doing tours of the Delta plantation for people right around Halloween, I mean, you go to this one area where all these children died as child labor, and it goes from like 90 degrees because it was hot as shit to like 40 degrees in like 4 steps. And for like a good, like maybe like a quarter of a mile, and then you step out of that area, and then it's right back to 90 degrees. And people I would give them a tour, and they'd be like, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm like, "No, let's go." And it's like, what happened there? You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Yeah.
So
the energy is definitely it's so much heavier like down here than it is up north. I mean, obviously it was happening like all over the country, but down here it's like nauseating in some parts.
right.
I don't know, because I'm just so energetically sensitive. Like, but that's also why I was kind of surprised I wasn't really like picking up on anything at Lake Lanier until that shit happened. But I was like, I'm just get my ass out of here because
Well, we are going back to do a very long episode of an investigation and just kind of see what mediumistically we're getting from the situation. Our other colleague, who's also a reader practitioner in town, she also had a massive scary experience there, so she's gonna come with us. But we're gonna do some filming there, and just see what we're really like. If you had a chance to really take it apart, like spiritually, like psychically, from what you were experiencing, like what would you get, do you think? So that's what we're going to check into in a safe way, because I'm not getting in that water. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been in some really, really haunted, scary places, but the amount of people, when you research this, that were pulled into the water, and the things that happened, they want you to go in that water, dude. Like, that's what's up,
Right.
Who gets run over by a boat?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it happened either last summer or the summer before that. I don't know. I guess he was just swimming in the lake, and a boat just ran his ass over. But there's also some celebrity's kid, I think, died there. There's also people that just like went missing and shit, and they never found them.
They just miss it, right? Well, they probably walked into the lake. There's an episode of Widow's Bay that I just watched, the show that just came out, and when this woman entranced everyone, she made them some punch out of all these dead animals, and then like they all, the evil spirits told them to just walk into the water, just walk in, just keep going. And then when she burned the book, they all woke up. But that's the thing. I mean, that's an easy way to get somebody to donate their spirit to a
Mhm.
situation, because the water again conducts spiritual energy. So
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
we can talk about just the nature of water and water spirits and all of the
right.
myths around water spirits, and them kind of trying to, I thought about the other day about La Sirene, about the siren, because they're even worried about in Haiti, like practicing with her because you might get pulled down to the water. And they see that as a fearful thing, but I also think it's a possibility that La Sirene is just pulling you back towards the ancestors, because that's where you go with her, and they take you to the ancestral planes through the water. So it's
Mhm.
almost like it's just like your time is up and she's taking you back to the essence. And it's not
Mhm.
necessarily a scary thing. Of course, you don't want to pass
Well,
away, but it's not
crabby white
necessarily like
sailors
they're taking you
might
somewhere
have
back.
thought that. Yeah, maybe they didn't want
Yeah.
that, but
No, they didn't.
um,
But it's one of those funny things that it's like it's actually them taking you to the other side. It's just maybe before
Mhm.
you were planning on it. So
Right.
yeah.
this dude
Yeah,
had a
that makes
dream.
sense.
This dude had a dream when I was getting my divorce because I was all like upset. And then he's like, I had a dream that La Sirene came to talk to me and she sang me a song and he sang the song for me and everything. And it just like really, and then he made one of his necklaces for me. And I was just, and she really helped me like kind of get through that whole 3 month period.
Mhm.
It was really, really helpful.
Mhm.
So, if you don't know who La Sirene is, she's uh, the one of the Loa, that the voodoo spirits that relate to, she's the ocean mother, but she's also related to feminine beauty, and she's a little bit like Yam, but not exactly. So she has her own
Mhm.
Yeah, she's a little scarier in a sense because you don't
bit,
really
a
ask
little
her
bit.
for anything. You just go with her, and if you don't
Go
like
with,
where you went,
yep,
then just don't call her again.
yep,
Because
Mhm.
she's the muse. She takes you to the dream state, to the unknown. So
muse,
it's
yep,
just it's not always
yep,
what
yep,
you're not really looking for anything that you want to know. You're seeing what the spirits have to show you, and that's
yep,
a different
Right.
transaction. Different
yep.
transaction,
Right.
because it's not
And
always what your
I
intent.
feel like a lot of people don't understand that because it's kind of hard to listen when you
Yeah.
already decided what you want the spirits to say or
Right.
what like or people,
Yeah.
I don't know, people or people think like spirits owe them something,
Right.
and
Right.
it's like that's not how it works, or they
If I
just go to
spend
them.
$5.99, what can I get this spirit to do? And I'm like, that is not
Yeah.
exactly the way this goes. The first
Mhm.
thing you do is not ask a spirit for something. The first thing you do is say, hello, I am
Right, build a
communing with you.
relationship with them.
I'm just communing with you. I'm saying hello, and you have to build
Mhm.
up a rapport. You don't ask somebody for something when you first meet them. Like, hey, how you doing? My
Right.
name's Raven. Can I
Mhm.
have a sandwich? You got to, like there's a
Right.
relationship involved,
Right.
like they're just
Mhm.
looking, they're like, if I spend $10, can I get a girlfriend? It's like, all right, all right.
Well,
Yeah.
I
I
tell
mean, you
people that all
can,
the
but that's a
time.
different situation, I think.
Would you run up to someone on the street and be like, "Hey, give me $50"?
Right,
Right.
That
right,
person might shoot you. I
right.
mean,
Or,
they
yeah,
Mhm.
might
sure.
like backhand slap you or something. I mean, I don't know. You don't know what you're gonna get. You'd be
Mhm.
lucky if they just say no. You
Right.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because it
Shit,
comes
mean,
back to you,
it's
you know?
certain spirits will be whipping your ass when you don't listen. They don't
mhm.
Right.
like that's like
Yeah.
with Santa Marta. Like a lot of people go to her to bring their man back, right? And I love
Mhm.
her.
Yeah.
That's my bitch. But the
Sure,
thing
she's
is,
great. Yeah.
if she don't like your man for you, she'll bring him back, but he gonna be worse than
Right.
before. She's gonna
Oh, you're
show
gonna
you
be
why
worse
he's
than
not
before,
for
right?
you. Like that's,
Right.
I don't know. It's a
Maybe
lot to
she's
it that
maybe in a
people
sense
do.
she's saying here's the lesson you need to learn again, because obviously
Exactly.
you're making a bad decision
That
twice.
snake, that
Exactly.
snake will get
Right.
wrapped around your neck next time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Hmm.
yeah,
And then
that's
you
what
come
I
back
mean.
to her and
Watch out,
say,
dude.
well, that didn't really go well. And she says, well, you're asking for the truth, not asking for a lie. So I'm sorry, but this situation's not good. Now let me clear your
Right.
road for someone who is good. If you listen long
Mm,
enough and commune long
exactly.
enough, maybe you'll find that. Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
Right.
It
careful what
doesn't
you
always
wish
start
for.
well.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't always start well. It's sometimes when you call upon these transformational spirits, they move everything out of your path that's not worthy of you, so you can actually move into the next phase. You don't just move into the next phase with all your baggage. You have to banish it first,
You
and
gotta make
then
room for the new. Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah. So I find that I am really combining a lot of the different practices from the different types of spiritualism I do into each other. Like I just did a crossroads offering, and then I used some runic elements to kind of pull some energies together, and it just all works. It all works as a synergy together.
Yeah. I seen somebody online, you know, because if you go get crossroad dirt or graveyard dirt,
Yeah.
you gotta bring offerings at the least. They was just going get crossroad dirt grave, going to the graveyard, no offerings, nothing. I'm like, you gonna piss somebody off.
You're
I
digging
will
up
say
someone's
this.
grave and you're taking it with you, and you're like thinking it's all good. Like you're not
I will say
Yeah.
this
asking.
to that. I get asked this question every day.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, because people are looking for graveyard dirt. You know, they come to New Orleans, they want some graveyard dirt. And I tell them, I said, let me ask you a question. Do you think that we have just an endless amount of graves that we're just like commercially producing graveyard dirt from? Like, you
Right.
think we just like come to the ancestral sandbox and grab some sand? That's like, you can't just,
like
I
you go to
explain to
the
them,
it's sugar candy store and you can just hit a
right, it's
little
just
thing and like
get
fill
your
up your
little,
bag.
get your little graveyard. No,
Yeah.
I tell them, if you're going to try to access a cemetery, first of all, you give respects before you get in the cemetery. You go to a
Right.
grave of a person you know, or you feel like you have the respect to actually ask for that, and then you have to leave payment. Like people don't, because hoodoo is a payment based process, right? So you make payments to the spirits for use of their juju, of their energy, of those types of working. So conjure always comes at a cost. And if you don't think it does, the cost just comes on your head. And I try to
Right.
explain that to people, but
It's
they
like
don't get it.
don't conjure something you can't banish.
Right. Yeah. Don't jump in the water if you can't swim. You know?
Well, going back to the lake thing again. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, right.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, for people that like well, two of us on this, you know, but my friend here makes a lot of objects and fetishes and things for work, but Alyssa and I do get hired for stuff, and you know, for the most, I don't think either one of us take on anything that's so scary that we wouldn't do it for ourselves, and we don't let people hire us for crazy shit that's just out the box crazy. You know, like have a
No.
reason. If you're asking for something to change, then let it add to your life and be something good for you and the other people in your life. I mean, you know, like that's a big qualifier for me to even like open up a
Yeah.
conversation about it. You know, is this
Yeah.
good for you? You
I
know.
had somebody recently ask me to put a curse on a child. Somebody to
What?
to make somebody miscarry. Like the craziest,
Uh-huh.
and I'll do some wild shit, but like on kids, are you fucking insane?
No,
And
yeah,
it's some
don't.
people's energy that just rubs me the wrong way so bad. Like I don't even. I could already feel it when they hit me up. Hey, I need a reading. I need spell work. I won't even take
Yeah.
the payment for the reading. I'm like, oh, something about their energy just feels off. I don't want.
Yeah,
I don't
do
want
the
to. I don't
reading
want
and
to read
bounce.
you.
Do the
I
reading
don't
and
want to
bounce.
read you.
Well,
Like
the
Did you
pro
have to go to the bathroom that time? Did you feel like you had to go to the? Last time we had you on the pod, you said when you don't like
yeah,
somebody, you.
my stomach. I be getting. No,
You're
seriously,
like,
I'll
I'll
be
hold on,
right
I'll be
back.
right back.
if, if something really rubs me the
Yeah.
wrong way that bad, I'm like, oh, I gotta take a shit.
Yo. Mm.
And my
Well,
palms start
and that's
getting
the thing too.
sweaty, or
Right. It's like an anxiety thing, you know? And it's
mm,
also like it wants you whatever that is that you just absorb wants to get out. Your spirit's like, no,
Right.
no, that's not for you. Get that out. And that is
yeah,
one way of getting it out. Now
Mm.
the one thing I will say also about conjure work, a lot of times what people don't get is that you have to have a consultation first to see if the practitioner's spirits also want to do the work for you. You
Oh
don't
yeah.
right.
order conjure work. You have a consultation, you
Mm.
interact with those people's spirits, and then
Mm-hmm.
if the conjure worker spirits are interested in doing the work, that will come through in the consultation, and then you can move forward. But a lot of people
That's
think it's like
yep.
going to a drive-through and they're like, I'd like a hex and a side of fries. You know, it's like,
All right.
2 court
sure.
cases and 1
Yeah.
boyfriend black, please. You're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
But
no, dude.
That's not exactly
sometimes
how it works.
I'll be doing a reading, and I'm like, I don't even think you need to waste your money on spell work. Like,
Right.
if it's for something simple like finding a job or whatever, I'm like, just
Right.
do this bath. They'll be like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't want to
Right.
do a bath. Like, you have to, whether I'm doing the spell work or not, you need to be doing shit on your end regardless. Like, you got to meet spirit
Yeah.
halfway. If you're being lazy and you just got your hand out, you're not going to get your way.
No.
Spell work or not. It's just, I don't
find that's
know.
the toughest conversation to have with people sometimes is, well, you need to do this part on you do this. And they're like, well, why don't you can't just do it? And like, well, I'll do, yeah, you got to meet me halfway, because if
How
you
bad do you
practice,
want results?
it's not going to stick. And I would love for you to keep calling me all the time, but if you want what I'm doing to stick, you have to, if I send you a plant in the mail, you got to keep water the plant, right? I mean, that's
Right.
it. Right? You
Indeed.
got to do it.
Right.
And I think that's a good way for people to understand a little bit more about what we all do, is that we're not ordering the universe to bend to our will. We're communing with it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right. Right.
And there's a difference there, because people think that they have power and that they can make all these things happen just by paying somebody who says that they can do it. And those are the people that get got for like $500,000. Nothing happens, but a bunch of
Right.
bad spirits, a bunch of bad energy, ones they haven't made payment to, the ones that'll take that kind of work to begin with, end up being the ones hanging out around them. And then they got to call Darren, they got to call you, they got to ask me, what do I do? And then we got to tell them again. The same thing.
That's what I say. I'm like, do yourself a favor. I don't want to clean up your mess later, so just do me and you a favor and just don't do this.
Right.
Like,
Right.
don't make, don't open a portal. Don't do like, just don't, please, for the love of Jiminy Christmas. Like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a bad idea.
I feel like probably only like 50% of people at most listen. Like this one girl, she was mad at her baby daddy, whatever. I kept telling her, just let it go, let it go, let it go. She didn't want to let it go, because I was doing a reading, and I'm like, he's like heavily protected in the spiritual world. I'm like, his ancestors don't play about him. She's like, well, I'm gonna put him in a jar anyway. I'm like, she put him in a jar, the glass broke, and she started throwing up. I said, bitch, I told you not to do nothing to that man. I'm not here for my health. I'm not just saying this for fun. Like, I'm like, not the glass broke. I was like,
you called me, right? Like, why'd you even ask me that? Like, what's the
right?
I mean, I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what the real thing is. Like, that's it. Like, I can't. Yeah, dude. I mean,
and that's why I got my notifications.
I mean, I gotta be honest
those are
with
the
people.
people that
That's
call
my
you
thing.
at
I
3
have to
o'clock
be
in the
honest.
morning.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Right. That's why my phone's on silent.
Yeah, desperation sometimes. Being desperate in the spirit world is a scary thing, because you'll basically take, if you're thirsty, you'll take anything that they give you to drink, and that can be a bad idea.
It can be very bad.
Bad idea.
Right, and the spirit of desperation, the spirit of obsession, the spirit of addiction, the spirit of hatred, all of that shit is spirits.
It's a tunnel for the practitioner to go down too, because if you keep allowing this person to just funnel their resources at you, and they're not learning anything, and they're not growing, and nothing good's coming of it, and you're signing up for that, that's bad on you too. Yeah, that's not good.
Because a lot of people genuinely don't want help. They just want a safe place to like trauma dump, or like.
Yeah. And I mean, that's, I think, part of the job too, though, is you gotta just be a sensitive ear. And you're easy to talk to, even though you be swearing and stuff.
I'll be running out of patience.
No, you are super easy to talk to. I've seen you like take people aside and just like, you there for them and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, the Cosmo not here. I don't know about this dude. But
quiet.
No,
Quiet. Now, speaking of your services, because I know that people that are going to watch this, that are going to be in certain areas and want to maybe deal with what you're doing. tell us again exactly how to get in contact with you. Of course, we're going to leave it in the description notes, but just let us know.
Well, I have a work phone now, so my number is
Don't give your number out on the podcast.
We'll put it down. We'll put it down there.
We'll put it in the notes. Yeah, don't. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
1-800-Stregatoldyaaa.
my Instagram is Stregatoldyaaa, like YAAA. Because my old page got deleted. But my TikTok is like Stripperwitch, but it's Skrippawitch, SKRIPPA.
Beautiful. All right, and we really love having you back on the podcast. Maybe you be with us when we go filming. If you can stomach going back to the lake, I don't know. We'll let you know in
do a little
September.
protection work before I go.
Well, we're definitely not going to let you drive.
And I'm not going to sit in a car.
Yeah, you don't get to drive. No, dude. No,
yeah.
dude. We'll get you some swim fins. You'll be all right. But we appreciate everyone. Subscribe, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you again on Walking the Crossroads.
Peace.